All right, it's time to meet this week's second chance pet. This is Walt. He's a special guy looking for his forever home. And although he is deaf, the disability does not slow him down at all.
Joining us live to introduce us to Walt is Sam Ellingson from the Humane Society for Southwest Washington. Good morning, you guys.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Well, I am so excited. I am so excited to learn about Walt because you told me that he is a Catahoula Hound mix. My dog Samwise is part Catahoula, so I think they are just the coolest dogs.
Yeah, he really is. He's a beautiful dog, and he is super special, like we said, because he's deaf. Also, you saw him going for the treat bag a second ago. Because he's deaf, I have all these toys in here, but I can't squeak and get his attention. So the only way I'm keeping him close with me is making sure I'm keeping him full of some treats. But the other thing that's really great about Walt too is he's like the gentlest treat taker in the world. It's so gentle that they sort of just like fall out of his mouth sometimes because he doesn't really get a hold of them. He's a super, super sweet guy.
Oh my gosh.
Sweetie. Well, yeah, and you know his nose is working overtime, so good luck trying to keep any of those treats away from him.
That's probably pretty true. What kind of family is Walt looking for? What kind of family makes sense for him?
Yeah, so we do know actually quite a bit about Walt because he came to us from Maui Humane where he was in foster. And so his foster family worked really hard to teach him some basic commands. So he does know some sign language. So a family who's willing to work with him on that is certainly a good fit for Walt. The other thing we want people to know is even though he's deaf, like you said, he's not slowed down by that. He's a super active dog. So when I saw him this morning, I went into his kennel, and as soon as he saw me, he was jumping up and down and running around and trying to get his leash on. He was ready to go outside and have a great day. So he's going to do really well with an active family. A family who wants to take him out for walks, maybe go out for some hikes. He'd love a fenced backyard where he can just run around and play ball, because when we get him outside here, he'll start running zoomies around our big yard and chasing and playing and doing all of those things that we would have from a normal dog.
Yeah. Oh gosh, he looks like such a sweetheart. There are definitely some safety concerns too, though. When you do have a deaf dog, he can't go off leash on a hiking trail, for example, because it's not like you can just call him back.
Just call him back, right?
Right, absolutely. And same thing goes with being at home, right? So making sure that he's always safe wherever he is, because we want to think about those normal things where we might be able to call our dog back if they start going out into the street and a car is coming.
Yeah.
If another dog is coming down the sidewalk and there's a safety concern. So a family who's really safety minded and a family who's going to take into account the special needs that Walt has, but also knowing that they're going to get a really great, fun, playful, normal dog out of that as well, right? Because that's what he does. He truly is just this normal, playful guy.
Well, and we can see it.
Yeah.
We can see it.
Look at that good sit.
Yes. Yes.
If when it comes to commands, though, you said that his foster family taught him a few sign language commands. Obviously, that's something that a family's going to have to probably get acquainted with. There's probably going to be a learning curve, and maybe learning those nonverbal commands.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do have a list of, I think it's like 6 commands that he knows. He knows sit, he knows stay, he knows good and no, and he knows come. And the other thing, there's not a strict ASL policy for Walt. You can make up whatever these commands need to be for your family. It's not going to be a sort of a universal understanding. He knows these few commands, and that's about it. So that family can continue to work with him to make sure that he has that they're able to communicate with him.
So with that in mind, we know that he'd be best in a home with older kids who can be mindful of the fact that he is deaf. But then do we know about other cats or dogs, what the rest of his family could look like?
Right, yeah, older kids over 10 is what we're saying. As far as other dogs, we know that he's friendly with female dogs. We're not entirely sure if he's friendly with male dogs. He has shown some incompatibility with male dogs here at the shelter. But we don't know if that was just the other dog or if it was the fact that he doesn't like male dogs. So if he goes to a home with other dogs, they just need to meet first to make sure that everybody gets along. We also know from history that Walt thinks cats are chasing toys. And so we don't want Walt to go to a home with cats or other small animals. because he is still young, he's active, and he loves to play. And unfortunately, he thinks that cats are part of that play experience.
Well, it looks like whoever his future family is, they will have a lot of playtime and some good belly rubs in their future.
Yeah, I think the command for down is just scratching behind the ear.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, high quality belly rubs this morning too. Absolutely.
That's great. All right, Sam, thanks for introducing us to Walt. You guys have some playing to do. We'll let you
he's
go.
like, enough TV time. Let's play. Come on, Sam.
Great to see you.
Thank you all so much.
Of course. And if you want to meet Walt or check out their other animals up for adoption, you go to their website. That's hssw.org.
Oh, what a cutie.
He was cute. He was fun.
If you haven't looked up Catahoula Leopard dog.
Yeah, well, I don't know what that is.
Google it. So Catahoula Leopard dogs, sometimes they're kind of dappled like that.
Okay.
Sometimes they're tan like my Samwise. They're they're really beautiful dogs.
Oh, I've never heard of that breed. I'll have to Google it.
Kind of cool.
All right.